All right, so today is Super Bowl day. Definitely a day to party. And you're ever this kind of dude that doesn't want to go on vacation with your parents, or you just didn't have to because because you don't feel like going out because you wanted to watch the Super Bowl at home and never had your parents tell you, remember, kid, no parties, okay? I don't want to hear you threw a party. If I hear you threw a party, you're grounded. I don't care if this is Super Bowl. I don't care if I don't care if you're celebrating the Super Bowl. You still cannot have any you even if you're even if you have even if you're just celebrating the Super Bowl at home. You still nobody can come over. That's no excuse. Nobody can come over to our house. Do you understand? Do I make myself clear? And you say yes, and then your parents are taking off for a vacation, maybe also to watch the Super Bowl, but you wanted to watch it from home, or just a spring break vacation to just go see family. Well, that's the case for this family here, and oh shit, talking mushrooms channel that I've been watching videos on. So they so so yeah, this took place last March, where a kid threw up, where so this is a story time that yeah, this took place last year when this kid threw a party uh, at his house when he was all by himself when his family was going on a vacation. I guess he didn't have to go because I guess he didn't have to go, and he definitely couldn't go because because he was walking in crutches. Apparently, I found one of his videos. One of the videos I watched for this channel. This 14-year-old dude broke his knee, so he had to wear crutches and he had to stay home. So his parents trusted him to stay home. So his parents trusted him to stay home, and and the and the dad and the dad which is and the dad after the dad checks the water heater, make sure they got enough uh, they got enough hot water to take a shower, and heater running at the right temperature to make sure they don't use up enough tank. And after doing all that, they the dad after that the dad had to warn the dad had to warn the kid. Remember, no parties. I don't no, remember no parties. Okay, don't do anything stupid. I don't do anything stupid. No, I don't want to hear you through no party. You better not. Yeah, you better not have nobody over. I don't care if you're celebrating spring break. I don't care if you're celebrating spring break. I don't care whose birthday it is. I don't care. I don't care whose day it is. Not even whose day it is. Not even St. Patrick's Day. It's still no excuse to be throwing parties, especially when you're home alone. Um, and then the family takes off for their vacation. Well, before we get into more of the story, I forgot to I forgot to tell you guys that as for the last episode I did, as for the last episode I did, I'm doing I'm doing I was gonna do a solo run for the last episode and this episode today because the entire week my buddy David my buddy David has been sick, so that's why I've done a solo run for the last episode and this episode. Hopefully, the next one we'll do, the next time we'll be able to do with David, me and David together, when we're going for our next adventure. But anyways, back to the story. Back to the kid throwing a party story. Since this is definitely a party day. So basically, the parent after the parents leave, the kids doesn't care anyway. Well, sometimes kids just don't care. So he just goes on saying something about inviting all like his friends from school, I guess, to throw a party at his house. I let me say, just to celebrate spring break and St. Patrick's Day. So so they get yeah. So he calls he calls all his folks over, and he calls all his folks over, and they knock on the door, and they open, and he and they all order the pizza, and I guess turn on the music. They turn on the music to start the party. They order Little Caesars pizza, and they order a lot of root beer drinks, and yeah, you name it, all that, and and yeah, they and some desserts, because when you throw a party, you gotta have a dessert too. Like as I said, they ordered pizza and the root beer drinks, and yeah, there were like 50 people attending this party. Like 50 people, how uh well, it depends on what house, but I don't. It depends on. It depends on. I mean, it depends on which kind of house you live in. But I don't think. But I don't think you'd be able to invite like 50 people to your party. I don't think there's gonna be space, uh, unless you live in a real house that has a patio that can fit all the rest of the people. Like maybe 25, but probably not 50. So yeah, but that was the case with this kid. And his house is pretty big, like bigger than ours. And so yeah, basically so basically this 14-year-old dude, uh, we're talking about the same person who broke his. We're talking about the same person uh, the school, who broke the school lap, who broke his school laptop on the last video I talked about. Was uploaded before the day he did this party. So yeah, uh, basically it just has fun. And meanwhile, the clip goes back to the parents. Uh, take the kid's parents' vacation, and basically this was, hey, yeah, basically they were going to their daughter's dance recital, and then after their day was over, they stayed in a hotel, and then the next morning, they get ready to pack up, and then they get ready to pack up from the hotel, and then they go somewhere to eat. They go somewhere to eat to end the vacation off, and to end the vacation off. And after they stop at the restaurant, they eat, they leave, and then they leave, and then they chit chat in the van, and they chit chat on the van, and they go on, they keep chit chatting until they arrive home. So yeah, these parents had a good vacation, pretty good vacation. Nothing was interrupted. Well, every so you so as so like your if your parents are having a good vacation, or you're ever just having a great vacation, and you trust your little brother, or your little brother or kid at home, uh, old enough to know the rules for what you can't do until like you're 18 years old or something. Yeah. So like any like ever if ever like ever listening, like if like those listening as parents or guardians or big brothers trusting your kid to be home as get go run some errands, or especially go on vacation or something like that. Well, when the well and have you ever been this kind of person, trusting this kid to stay home, be responsible enough, but when all of a sudden when you turn home from from your big outing, you find these pizza boxes all over the floor, soda cans on the floor, and you find them passed out, uh, and the whole house is a pig style. Well, that's what the parents find out when they got home. So when they got home, when they opened the front door, uh, they were looking for their son. They're gonna ask him how things went during the how things went at home, but all they but wait for it. The house the whole house was a pig style house. I mean, a pig style house. Let me tell you what I mean by a pig style by a pig style house. Like there were pizza boxes, there were soda cans, there's soda cans, and their son was passed out on the couch. I mean, what was he even doing? He was passed out
Welcome
on
to
the
the
couch,
Kraken.
holding
Please
a
keep your
root
hands
beer
inside the
bottle,
ride at all
and
times.
like
The Kraken is out there, hungry, and looking for people who swear. Refunds not available. Ink stains may result.
They were cheering, doing a drink test, like drinking competition. Like you shouldn't even do it because it's just it's not safe. You could it's not safe. You could accidentally choke. Yeah, just don't do it. But anyways, they were doing this drinking contest, and yeah, everyone was there. The parents got home. They were like all pissed off. They went like, Leland, did you throw in this part? What is all this? Pizza boxes, soda cans. What are these all doing here? And he asks, and he says, like I threw a party because I wanted to celebrate you guys being gone for the trip and for spring break. And I was like, and the mom's like, you were not supposed to have anybody at all, kiddo. You were not supposed to have anybody at all in this house. Like we told you this, and you're not listening. And the dad's like, how many people? And the dad's like, how many people came over? And the kid's like, this dude's like, I invited 50 people. I invited 50 people, and all of them are my friends. And the dad's like, 50 people, 50. I mean, 50 people. I mean, how are all these 50 people? How are all these 50 people able to fit in this house? able to fit like half of them had to go outside, and the other half of them could stay inside. I mean, 50 people. I don't think your house can be able to handle that many people, especially during a party. You'd have to half of them would have to be outside. Half of them have to have 25 of the people had to, 25 of the guests would have to be outside, like in the backyard, and while the other 25 can stay inside. So I don't think you'd be able to handle. I don't think your house would be able to handle that many people. Well, unless the house had stairs, so like 25 people can be downstairs. 10 people can 10 people could be upstairs, and then 50 people, and then the 30 then the 15 the remaining 15 can be downstairs, can be outside. but the dad's like, you drank a lot of root beer and had a lot of pizza. You're cleaning all this up. I told you no parties. and he starts cleaning it up, and he says, "You're grounded. I told you no parties, and you didn't even." And he did not even. Why did you do this? And the kid's like, because I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to celebrate spring break. And mom's like, that is no excuse. I don't care whose birthday it is, whose day it is. I don't even care if it's St. Patrick's Day. You're not allowed to. we have specifically told you that nobody could come over that nobody could come over to this house when we're gone. You're grounded. You're cleaning all this up and you're cleaning all this up and you're going to your room. Yeah, that yeah. Every time I watch his dad's reaction, it was like epic. I mean, his dad's temper tantrum of his kids throwing a party when they're gone is really epic. And yeah, so yeah, so what I think about this video is that I think this kid was just throwing a party, just throwing a party to celebrate spring break, and like I said, it took uh, like I said, it took place last year in March, last year in March, and before we end this episode off, those watching, thank you so much for watching, and I'd like to announce that I haven't been able to catch up on this podcast because I was throughout the week because I was sick, and I was sick with a cold and allergies I was sick with cold and allergies throughout the week, and I was recovering, and and I was after that I was recovering, and then I was recovering, and I was sick, and then I was recovering, and another reason is that my buddy David was also sick, and he wasn't able to go with me to the dance, prom dance. Speaking about parties, and yeah, so yeah, that's why I was doing a solo run for the last episode and episode 13, and yeah. Well, those watching, thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, thumbs up, and subscribe. And those listening, feel free to follow this episode, and then you can just add this episode to your library, and definitely download it. Definitely download it because you don't want to have you want to have something to do when your electricity goes off or when your Wi-Fi has to go off. You don't want to be stuck. You don't want to be stuck with nothing to do. You want to keep yourself entertained as if your power goes out, you can just listen, or if you don't have YouTube, you can just listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get, or wherever you get your podcast. I know Spotify is the number one podcast listening platform. Those of you using Spotify, you can just add your episode to your library, download it for no internet listening. Like if you're going on the car ride, there's no internet on your phone or iPad, you can just listen. But anyways, thank you for listening. See you in the next episode. Till then, it's your guy Bobby, signing off. Bye bye.